Now, way back in 2023, in the Anup Baranwal versus Union of India case, Supreme Court has stated that when it comes to the selection committee, which would be giving the advice to the president that who should be appointed as the Chief Election Commissioner, in that committee, CJI, Chief Justice of India, should be a member. But when it comes to the CEC and other election commissioners, appointment, condition of service and terms of office act of 2023, CJI was not a part of the selection committee. Okay, in place of CJI, we have the Union Cabinet Minister, which is to be nominated by the Prime Minister. We have Prime Minister as the chairman of this selection committee, and you have the leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha. Now, a petition was filed in this respect that CJI should be a part of the selection committee, okay, which is involved in the appointment of chief election commissioners and the election commissioners. But in this respect, the current CJI, that is Mr. Surya Kant, has expressed his reluctance to continue with the hearing when it comes to this particular case, because he is of this opinion that if we continue with this particular case, this might lead to a potential conflict of interest. This particular topic you can associate with the prelims segment of polity, especially the constitutional bodies. Now, what becomes important from my exam point of view is what are the key provisions of this particular act. So, first is the qualification. So, the act clearly states that when it comes to both CEC and EC, they need to be a person who have held the post equivalent to secretary to the government of India, and they need to possess integrity and experience when it comes to managing and conducting the elections. When you talk about the search committee, okay, it would not be select committee, this would be search committee. It would be headed by Union Minister of Law and Justice, and it includes 2 other members who would be having a rank of secretary to government of India. Functions, they have to create a list of 5 candidates which would be further looked into by the selection committee. Now, selection committee would be having Prime Minister of India as the chairperson, leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha as the member, and Union Cabinet Minister who would be nominated by the PM. Anup Baranwal case stated that CJI should also be a member, but this act has removed CJI as a member of the select committee. What would be the function of this select committee? To basically recommend the eligible candidates to the president who would be further appointed as CEC or ECs. Now, when it comes to the terms of office, so tenure would be 6 years or until 65 years of age, whichever is earlier, and if an election commissioner become a chief election commissioners, then the combined tenure cannot exceed 6 years. Reappointment is not allowed now. Then salary would be equivalent to Supreme Court judge. When it comes to resignation, they can resign by writing it to the president, and when it comes to removal, the chief election commissioners would be removed on the same ground and by following the same procedure that we follow for removal of Supreme Court judge. You need to let me know in the chat, that comment section, that what are the grounds on which a Supreme Court judge can be removed and what is the process, what kind of majority you need. Then when it comes to election commissioners, they require, for their removal, you require the recommendation of the Chief Election Commissioner. That's all that we need to know with respect to this particular topic. Let's move on to the last topic of today's analyst.